massive OG Anunoby free agency update, as it appears that other teams might try to sign him and he could leave the New York Knicks. And also, Ian Begley has mentioned the contract he believes that Anunoby will sign to stay in New York, and we have to break this all down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because I just filmed a video about OG Anunoby and his contract extension, and then this report comes out right after I stop recording that there is no guarantee that OG Anunoby will re-sign with New York, and he is expected to consider other offers from other teams, according to Jake Fischer of Yahoo Sports. And what Jake Fischer said is that while league personnel are of the mind that Siakam will certainly be re-signing in Indiana, there was word circling around team officials last week at the draft combine that Anunoby's situation with the Knicks is not as cut and dried as it seemed, and various teams left Chicago with the belief that Anunoby could reach unrestricted free agency and consider deals from other franchises in addition to New York. Well, first of all, if the Knicks lose OG Anunoby, then geez, that is serious malpractice from Leon Rose. Do I think that OG's going to leave? Absolutely not. But this shows that there is the chance that Anunoby could be leaving the New York Knicks in the near future as of this summer. Has he played his last game in a New York Knicks jersey just 6 months after getting traded to the Knicks? Not even 6, after 5 months. But guys, I'm definitely a little concerned, because OG Anunoby, it always seemed like he was just going to re-sign with the Knicks, and now this comes out. And do I think this is going to change everything and make it so that he actually is going to leave? No, I still think it's an overwhelming chance that OG Anunoby stays in New York, and I knew I couldn't make a whole video on it, so I decided to reshoot what I already shot, and I'm going to break down the situation on what Ian Begley believes will be the contract extension for OG Anunoby. Now, he talked a lot about OG's free agency a few days ago, and he said that Anunoby can sign an extension worth $117 million over 4 years on June 30th, which is the 6-month anniversary of when he got traded to the Knicks. He has a player option for the 2024-2025 season, and he needs to decide on that player option by June 24th and can only extend if he exercises that player option. And as Ian Begley mentions, and as I'm going to tell you right now, there is a better chance that I'm playing for the Knicks next season than that OG accepts that player option. He is not going to accept that. He's going to become an unrestricted free agent. He might talk to other teams. There's a chance he does. Maybe this is a leverage play. Who knows? I will tell you one thing, though. Leon Rose's son, Sam Rose, is OG Anunoby's agent. So there is nothing being hidden between this discussion. These guys know what's going on. There's no way that you can't tamper if you're in this situation. What, Sam Rose is going to go over to his parents' house for dinner and they're just going to pretend like there's not this giant elephant in the room of, hey, hey, Dad, like, can we, like, talk about OG, or are we both going to get fined or something? And Leon's going to be like, well, we did it with Jalen Brunson, so sure, let's do it. Like, let's be real. Jalen Brunson's agent is Sam Rose. We're going to pretend like Sam Rose and Leon were never having discussions about Jalen Brunson before free agency began. The Knicks already got that tampering thing, and they lost a second-round pick or two. I'll gladly lose a second-round pick or two for Jalen Brunson. I'd gladly lose one for OG. I don't care. They're second-round picks. The Knicks don't even use their draft picks. They're just going to try to trade them all anyway, so go for it. But it is worrisome that this did come out. I just don't see a world where OG Anunoby leaves the New York Knicks. He's in a perfect situation to succeed. He just got here. He's wanted to be on the Knicks for a while. His whole thing is that he wanted to be on the Knicks. So I just don't see that being a real possibility. Now, as we mentioned, he could sign that $117 million deal, but he won't. However, here comes this. The Knicks can offer OG Anunoby a max deal of 5 years, $245 million, and that could be compared to wings such as Jeremy Grant and Jaden McDaniels, who can kind of just be that reference for Anunoby's next deal. The idea is that OG will probably set the market for wings, And I think that's fair because he's going to be the first one to sign when he re-signs with the Knicks anyway. And Ian Begley believes that it's reasonable that OG gets $35 million annually on his next contract, specifically from the New York Knicks, and mentions if that number is eye-popping, well, the TV rights are going to go up and salary caps are going to continue to rise, so that contract is going to look a lot less crazier in 3 years than it does right now. But regardless, I would easily sign OG to that deal, and shout out to Yossi Gazalan for giving a great salary cap breakdown. Ian Begley used his help on a YouTube video for this. He's great. Follow him on Twitter, as you can see. I'm following him. I screenshotted that from my own Twitter account. No big deal. Chris7 Gallagher on Twitter if you want to see me talk about basketball in the UFC. Just going to plug myself real quick. But Gazalan's a cap expert, and it's fun because you could talk about like stuff that your friends don't know, and then you could seem smarter about basketball than your friends, and everyone likes that. It's an ego boost. But look, I am a little more worried, but I'm also not that worried. Like, is OG really going to leave the Knicks? For who? For Philadelphia? They're going for Paul George first anyway, and they're probably going to go for LeBron. The Knicks are probably going to already have discussions with OG. I'm convinced that what we're going to see happen is OG, there's going to be an announcement from either Shams or Woj, where it's going to be like 2 hours before free agency begins. It's going to say like, once free agency begins, the New York Knicks and OG Anunoby plan to agree to this extension worth however many for however many years, yada, yada, yada. OG got traded to the Knicks on January 30th, and he had them go to this 21-6 record, all that stuff. And we're going to be like, nice, OG's back for the foreseeable future. I'll make a YouTube video on it. I'll probably be very happy because I like OG. I think he's perfect for the Knicks, and I don't want to lose him. I feel like if they lost him, they'd end up overpaying for Mikal Bridges. Like, then they actually, I think they just do anything they could possibly do that's outside of trading Brunson or Julius to get Mikal Bridges, just to get another defender and also to complete the Infinity Stones and a complete panic move. But that would not be as great as if the Knicks could pair the two together, as we all know. But Jake Fischer talked about this 6 months ago after he got traded, and after OG got traded. Jake Fischer didn't get traded. He's not in the NBA. But, basically, what he said is that the Knicks, when they got OG, they got it with an understanding of his own financial considerations, and when OG left Clutch Sports for CAA, he sort of ended up leaving potential agents with the impression that he'd accept a smaller deal if he were to land in New York, as that's where he wanted to be anyway. So instead of asking for around $40 million per year, he could ask for less. Maybe that's 35, like Ian Begley's insinuating. I mean, even still, over 5 years, that's $25 million saved, so that's pretty good. Look, quick math. Because I already filmed this video and I thought about it in my head doing that video. I'm prepared, guys. But look, OG, great player. He puts up great numbers. He's mainly a defender. And he still shoots an amazing percentage from three. Shot 40% from deep this year with the Knicks. Dunked on Joel Embiid, which was awesome. And put up 14 points per game, being one of the best defenders in the NBA. I think it's pretty clear that the three best perimeter defenders in the NBA are Jaden McDaniels, OG Anunoby, and Herb Jones. You can put in whatever order you want, but Herb Jones was the one to make All-NBA first team, so you might have to give the nod to him on this one. However, OG missed those games, and maybe that's why. But there's a lot going on with the New York Knicks right now, and we know they're also hungry for trades. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I think OG's going to re-sign. But now it's a little bit more fishy. However, I want to hear from you guys. I think OG's re-signing. Let's be real. Is he actually going to go somewhere else? This feels like smoke. Just feels like a smoke and mirror tactic or something from them just to create their money a little bit more. But are you really going to try to play your dad like that, Sam Rose? You think that's going to work? He's going to see right through you. He's your dad. He's known you forever. You can't lie to him. Think I can try to lie to my dad and that would work? No. He's literally on the other side of this wall right here. He probably hears me. I'm just kidding. He's at work. But if he wasn't, he would hear me screaming and be like, oh, jeez, this guy. Nah, my dad's cool. Guys, I don't know why I just went off on that random tangent. But shout out to OG Anunoby for coming back to the New York Knicks because I do not believe this report. But leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day. Go Knicks.